PreOccupied. Win this game because we all are coming into it at our various levels of understanding. We sometimes think about putting the cart before the horse. Sometimes we put the cart before the horse, before the cart maker, before the horse maker. So sometimes we get preoccupied with going into business more than owning ourselves in that business. A lot of cats, when they get into this game, all we want to do is really push products. The beauty of the internet is that we don't have to pay leases and rents. We don't have to trade net leases and all kind of shit that other people pay to have a storefront. But that doesn't mean we should not think about buying the buildings that house the means for other cats to have their dreams. Most of us in the hood, if you look around, you go to these neighborhoods, somebody owns these buildings. I'll give you a good example. In Inglewood right now, Inglewood, California, since the Rams are coming to Inglewood, downtown Inglewood used to be kind of, if y'all know where I'm talking about, it used to be kind of, nothing big popping over there, right? But there was a story on TV where the white guy who owned that little strip mall was now saying, wow, I got a lot of people wanting to rent from me, wanting to, use my building. Now, he's a nobody. He's been sitting on that land for years. Didn't give a shit if black people had a goddamn sandwich. Didn't give a fuck if he made it look better or not. He just literally bought the land, occupied the space, and kind of sat there waiting for shit to bubble. A lot of you cats think, Freeman, why would we do that? But if you know where shit is going and you decide to run ahead of it and buy it before anyone else, then you can sit there and occupy the land. When other people come, when business comes that way, guess what? They got to deal with you. They got to buy you out. They got to rent from you. When you see these strip malls, homie, keep this in mind. On the corner is a Rite Aid where they had to build out and probably rent the space for them. On the other corner is the laundromat, the liquor store. All these people are paying a lease to some guy who you don't even know, right? That's why they keep building those little strip malls. You see them sometimes in the hood on real, weird streets. It'd be like 3 or 4 places because they're building it saying, I know they will come. Now we're preoccupied on being in business instead of being the people who allow other people to be in business. Now for the rise and grind, I'm going to tell you that it's a twofold win for you, brother. If you own the land, right, you can produce as many businesses as you want. It's a freedom to create, to produce, to let shit fail, to let shit rise, to try again, to change it up. If you don't want to do it, get somebody else in there. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have nothing to do, you got an upper, sometimes you see these old places and they have an upstairs. Nobody rarely goes upstairs, but you can rent that out to a dance team or somebody else who want to hold, all kind of shit. But we're preoccupied. I don't want you to be so much in business that you don't see that there's another business going on right under your damn nose. In the previous podcast, I talked to you about the homie I know on the taco spot, right? And I always talk to him about expansion. What's up with this and moving forward? He said, Freeman, straight up, man, I don't want to expand because I don't have to pay a lease here. I own this land. I got a jewel of a spot. Unless I can go and own the land in another area, it makes no sense. Now, what he's basically saying, and I know you follow me, I have freedom. Nobody's raising the rent on my ass. Nobody's changing the lease. Nobody's gonna say now the land's worth $10 million. You owe us $20,000 to be here. Nobody's getting rid of me. I own the building. I own the land. I own the dirt, the asphalt, the cement blocks to stop your fucking car, homie. I own the whole thing. And I kind of sat back and I said, I get it. I get what you're saying. I really do understand what you're saying. But we have to realize something that I don't think all of us realize. And that is, there's another game to be played. And that's occupying the land before motherfuckers come. A lot of us stay near hoods and bad areas, and you see all these buildings and nobody wants to live. I'll give you a better one. When I was growing up, downtown Gardena was a piece of shit. Okay? Gardena, California, which is next to Compton. It was a piece of shit. And you go down there and they have like a 99-cent store and some other weird shit. But they took it and they flipped it and made it better, right? Now let me give you something for when I do my travels and shit. Sometimes I'm in Chicago, right? So I'm in Chicago and I go through this area named Harvey. Y'all know where Harvey is. Harvey got a street called Louis Farrakhan Way. That's why I remember Harvey so much. But when I went to downtown Harvey, there was nothing there. Just buildings. Now, don't get me wrong. There's houses all over Harvey. There's people living all in Harvey. But no one bought the businesses. Not even like a little burger place. Nothing. Right? So I remember going through saying, shit, man, I could be the king of Harvey. Not only could I buy the land and have all my shit there, I can also have a what's that called in there. You know what I'm saying? I could buy the houses, do Section 8, rent them out, get everything popping, go and put me a little place for everybody to come and eat, come and get them something else, you know, a laundromat. I could fill up that whole fucking spot with all my little business ideas and goddamn be king of Harvey. Right? Nobody could stop me, right? No retail, no nothing. I'm a king of Harvey, homie. I own everything. I own 20 houses behind Harvey, and I own downtown. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to change the names of the streets to Freeman. Freeman Stores, Freeman Foods. When motherfuckers try to come and try to put little Metro PCS station in there, or them G-Tap phones, you know, they start calling them G-Taps. Them government tap phones that motherfuckers be giving out, you know. I can stop them from coming into the hood. I can stop them, right? I regulate shit. I occupy fucking Harvey, Illinois. I want y'all to get that. I want y'all to understand that. Because we starting to get too much, I believe, caught up in opening up shop when we can own the building and open up shop. I'm trying to give you that power move shit. I'm trying to give you, you know what I'm saying? I'm giving you God's word, not no hustle. You understand what I'm saying? I'm giving you the means to own yourself, to own the land, to own everything. But we get preoccupied. And other people are preoccupied with taking our land and making sure you have to pay them to fucking make money with your own people. This is the real negative side of it. That we are paying other people to break bread with ourselves. We're paying other people to preach to ourselves. We're paying other people to take care of our kids for ourselves. We're paying them. The laundromat's paying. The daycare is paying. Your preacher dude is paying. Everybody paying this random dude who we don't know some money just so he can clean our clothes, take care of our kids, and deliver the gospel. I mean, you got to think a little bit bigger, brother, when it comes to this kind of thing. You got to be thinking so far ahead, like, hey, you know what? I got money in my pocket. What should I do with it, Freeman? Fuck, man. You know, let me go drive through the hood. Let me drive through some areas that I know are good. Let me give you a good example. Me and one of my homies, we were driving one night. I wanted to show him something. I wanted him to see what I see. Right? We were driving by these train stations. You know, one train station, another train station, another train station, another train station. And I'm like, you see that nobody over here bought the land that's right across the street from the train station, like it's just blank. Man, nobody don't want to be here, man. I said, no. I ain't talking about me being here, you know, holding hands and shit. I'm talking about just basic services. Like, we could buy the land here, own all the commercial part, and we can buy the houses, which will create the need for the commercial. Right? And, oh man, you know, I mean, you know, everybody, it might come this way, it might not. I don't want to take the gamble. I understood the reasoning. I was just letting them see what I see. Right? And that is, I'm not preoccupied with just saying, oh man, it's, you know, it's 50,000 black people on a corner, man. I just have to sell them something black. No, I'm sitting there thinking, I create things. I bought the building. No one's going to come in here and take it away from me. Right? Then I put my number one business in there. You know what I'm saying? Freeman Books. You know what I'm saying? Home of the freedom and shit. But, you know what I'm saying? Put all my shit in there. Make some money without any pressure of coming up with $4,000 or $5,000 to pay some devil I don't know. I'm not preoccupied with just being in business. I'm preoccupied with building an empire. The empire is not only business, it's also owning the land and owning yourself. This is what we're trying to build here. I brought this podcast up because I was sitting there thinking about cats, and I just kept thinking, you know, we love to be in business, but we have to learn to be in business and own ourselves and own the shit we do. We got to learn to love to be the emperor of this shit. We got to learn to love to be the dude who not only locks up the store, but draws up the lease. You understand what I'm saying? To grant other people. We need to love to be in business and to own ourselves and to have ownership. We need to love to be an owner. So when I see this shit, and I always think, I got to redirect some of this shit that I'm telling people, because I don't want y'all to ever think that I'm just saying, open up shop, open up shop, open up shop. Now, can you imagine you open up shop and you own the land, brother? Let me tell you what's going to happen. If you open up shop, you own the land, then you're not paying some made up fucking number lease that somebody came up with. You're not paying it, right? So as a result of you not paying it, guess what? You don't feel the pressure to succeed. When I first started my business over there in Jersey City in the Newark, right? I got the lowest fucking office space that I can get. I think I paid like $250 in a building nobody really wanted to be in. And then people were like, oh man, you know, you could pay like $1,000 and be over here. I'm like, why would I do that? I don't even know if the business is going to do well. Why the fuck would I extend myself like that? But let's say I own the business, right? Or own the building. Now I used to know the dude who owned the building. So me and that dude talked, Jewish cat, right? Me and him talking, I said, why don't you get all the small businesses to come in here? Oh, you know, Freeman, they gonna build a stadium over here. For real? Oh shit, yeah. You know, I'm just being in position for when the stadium comes. But you know why now I just give everybody cheap rent, because it's better to just make some money than no money, right? And I'm like, cool. You know, so I understood it. But guess what? He was in position with a building that he knew change was gonna come to downtown Newark, which it did. A lot of them buildings turned into condos and all that shit over in Newark. So I want you to know and think in a new way and stop being preoccupied with just business as we know it. Because we need to be the maker, the owner, the manufacturer, the producer, the dude who fly to China. We need to be all these things. We need to be the supplier of the cotton, homie. We need to be all this in business. But if we do that vertical integration, for some of you cats who have business classes, vertical integration means that you try to own the whole system up and down from where you are. You sell corn dogs, you want to go and find out you want the hot dog maker, you want the cornmeal maker, you want to plant the corn, you want the farm. You want the whole damn thing all the way up and down, right? Because that is true independence. The maker, the owner, the seller, the producer, the retailer, that is all things. We can't be preoccupied with small shit. So if somebody came up to me and said, Freeman, I got 50 grand, I don't know what to do with it, right? And I'm not really good at business, Freeman. I don't know about business. It becomes the same hustle as a house, doesn't it? If you really think about it, it's the same hustle that you get with a Section 8 house or any other house. You sit back and say, I own the land. What can I do to make money with it? Right? And if you don't have any tenants, what do you say to yourself? I can buy the land and live in it myself. There were plenty of times that I was looking over in Jersey City and everything to buy retail land, and then you know how they have the apartments. I think it was over there, not Journal Square, at the other one. Fuck it, it's not Exchange Place. One in between Journal Square and Exchange Place on the pass train in Jersey. But I always was looking over there saying, you know what? I can open up shop on the lower level, right? Have my place on the top level. It's like a double fucking win for me, homie. And then when the shit get popping, I can move the company upstairs and then lease the other company to somebody else downstairs while I go fucking live in Manhattan. Right? I was always thinking about how could I own the whole fucking game, not just participate in it, not just hang out a shingle, not tell people that, damn man, you really, you doing things because I saw you. That's cool, because I don't want to knock anybody hustle, man. You get out there the way you can. I just want us to think a little bit bigger. There will always be money. What does everyone always do with their money? They buy land. They buy things that they own. They buy other people's brands. They buy all kind of things to own things. This is the first step for a lot of us to understand what we could own. You're not even looking at commercial places. You're not even looking at that mixed-use property where it could have the bottom level. In Baltimore right now, I know it's plenty of places that you can go down there, be in the middle of the city, especially Philly. You know what I'm saying? You have these places that are mixed use, especially in the old cities. You can have a business downstairs and an apartment upstairs, right? And you could do this shit in the neighborhood and be good and fucking whatever you want to sell, homie. Laundry, you want to do somebody's laundry, you want to do all this shit, you could do it, right? It doesn't bother you. Come down and lock shit up. I used to stay over a business before when I used to stay on South Street in Philadelphia, right? So it's a thing that you need to understand that we could all be. I don't want you to be preoccupied just with business and retail things. I want you to be preoccupied with the ownership of the land and the means and granting motherfuckers the right. That's power. A lot of people are preoccupied with coming to our hoods and taking those houses away from, those properties away from us and sitting on them. Like I said in the beginning of that podcast, the white guy who owns the land in Inglewood, for as far as I fucking know, has always been black, right? I mean, maybe before my time it had been white, but it was black. So this dude is sitting there owning this land, waiting, not worrying about making money, waiting. And then the Rams come to fucking Inglewood. And now this motherfucker's on TV like, happy day. Oh, happy day. Right? Because someone came along and he held the land and the means. Now he probably got AT&T, T-Mobile, right? Burger King. Somebody wants to be in that land because they know all them motherfuckers coming by, right? He probably getting offers to sell, getting offers to lease it, right? He got all kind of offers coming his way because he's in the right. He was preoccupied with the land. He didn't look like a businessman. But he is in business. You understand what I'm saying? I want you to remember this. It's just a new wrinkle to the hustle, homie. It's a new angle. You know, close your left eye and look around sometimes and you'll see the world differently with only one eye. And you'll see that there's other things that we could be doing. We could be owning vacant lots, right? And sitting there waiting for opportunity to come your way. We could be owning all kinds of shit. If you know, we always sit back as black people and we see the gentrification coming and we say, oh man, you know, we ain't gonna be able to hold on to your houses. What about the parking spaces? What about the lots of land? What about all that shit that is sitting there? What about one city up? You know, no matter what happens, once the white folks figure out that they want to live a certain area, don't you know that they overflood the area and the next city up always get how motherfuckers start renaming shit? You know what I'm saying? It's not Southside Chicago no more. It's called, whatever the fuck they making up. But it's so many little buildings and shit in these areas that y'all should really think about taking advantage of. Because I don't want y'all to think that it's just one thing. We can do all things. You understand what I'm saying? We need to be in the way at the mouth of the river. It's not hard to kill a bear when you know that he's hungry and there's trout coming upstream, is it? It's harder for a motherfucker to go out looking for the bear and shit in the woods and hope he don't get mauled. I want you to think about this shit. I want you to always be about this kind of mind state instead of being preoccupied with just one vision of business. There's more in this game for us. There's parking lots for us. There's mixed use properties for us. There's laundromats for us. There's us owning the whole fucking block and you come into the Freeman Corners fucking place where I own the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. I own everybody. This is all mine. All of it say ka-ching, come back to me, homie. All of it. These are the things we can do. You don't have to be in the hood, homie. You don't have to be, touching people, because I know some of you cats scared to be on the streets. You don't have to be. You set up the spot for somebody to lease it. It could be a barber shop. A lot of my brothers are barbers, man. And I'm always wondering, like, damn, are you thinking about buying the building instead of leasing the shit? Do you got the clientele that could travel with you? One of my homies right back home, right? He got his own business. Me and him were sitting down talking because we were going to go into business together over the barbershop. But I told him, I said, man, I can't be down with this shit because we got to buy a business. We got to buy a building. He said, why? I said, that way we own shit. Nobody can change our thing. So I want you to realize that's what I'm talking about here. It's security with the business. We're not preoccupied. Be preoccupied with the chips, but then take a second and think to yourself, what else can I do? What else can I bring to the table? What else can I handle? What else can I do? I want you to know this because I want you to own shit. Don't be preoccupied with the dumb shit, the small shit. Because other people are preoccupied with owning you and everything you produce, from the manufacturer to where you go to sleep at night to where you decide that you're going to be a millionaire. And we need to get there too. Next time, partner.
Seemed like everybody in Harlem played 505.